Hi, welcome to the very first episode of The Internet is My Diary podcast. Yay! I'm so excited. I've wanted to do a podcast for so long. Also, don't mind the ring light literally glaring in my glasses. I don't know if me not having my glasses would be better. Maybe it might be better for you. I also just cannot see at all. So if I stumble across my words or what have you. But yeah, I'm super excited about this podcast. I have wanted to do a podcast for so long. Literally just hopped on here, did not do my makeup, my hair really, just have my setup situation, and I just decided to plug it in and go with it. So literally the first episode is usually always kind of more or less awkward. I don't know. But it being the first episode, I kind of wanted to go through how I foresee the podcast and how I want the podcast to be and go. Just because I love to just think ahead in the future for I don't know what ungodly reason, but I just love to do that. I have a little list on my laptop off the side of the screen, and where I'm gonna try to go through it because now I said can't see, but I do know that I want the podcast to be about advice, life lessons, relationships, just growing in general and as a human being and going through life's struggles, ups and downs. Because I have for sure had my fair share. And though I feel like at the beginning of this podcast, it's very much going to sound like a me. I don't mean it to, but naturally, the advice and the experiences that I have, they are from me personally, right? Like, I'm not taking that from anyone. I'm not delving into other people's stories without their permission. And at some point, like, as long as this podcast progress and like goes in the motions, I'm willing to do that. Like, if you want certain stories to be told or like certain advice to be told on the podcast, I'm more than willing to do that. And I mean, that's something, some of this is like when we cross that bridge, we cross that bridge. I do want to have like questionnaires every so often. So any questions anyone may have, I'm wanting to answer them. So I'm wanting to think like every couple of episodes, I'll do like a questionnaire and I'll maybe pull it from like my Instagram, my TikTok, YouTube, because I will be posting all the video footage of the podcast from here on YouTube as well, on my YouTube channel. So if you, I mean, there's not a visual effect to it, but if you want a visual effect to it, it will be on my YouTube channel, which I will always have all my socials somewhere, a part of the podcast, linked somewhere, somehow you'll be able to find it. Went through questionnaires, life lessons, open to stories, advice, relationships. And when I mean relationships, that means any relationships. And I'm not meaning just like partnership, but I'm meaning like friendships, your family, your friends, your relationship with your coworkers. If you want, like, we can discuss and divulge, like within reason, obviously. This is a no judgment, no hate. I want it to not be a negative space. I want everyone that's here to feel like this is their place to speak, to talk about things, right? Like, that's why it's literally called The Internet is My Diary, because I want everyone to feel like it's a diary entry, right? Like, you're writing in your journal, but your journal is the podcast. Your journal is your TikTok page or whatever. Like, that has always been my TikTok, is like, it's my journal, it's my diary. It's virtual, it's live, it's real, but that's what I love about it. So I want other people to feel like that for this podcast. At some point I would love to have guests on, but I feel like that's really far in the future. Also, I'm willing to like be on the podcast and like do my makeup if we want, or like if we want me to come on the podcast and talk about my favorite things at the moment, I'm willing to do that too. Like, it's pretty open and broad, because again, like, the whole idea is like the internet is my diary. Like, I genuinely want it to feel like a journal entry. You're coming into the podcast to listen to all my journal entries, right? Like, at the beginning of this, like, every journal entry is gonna be different. It's gonna have its own pace to it. And I do sometimes tend to get scatterbrained, so if I stop for a second to try to like regroup my thoughts, it's because there's so many thoughts up here that it's hard to say them all of the time and all in one sitting. I do get very sidetracked. That's why I'm literally at my vanity. Like, we're on by my vanity. My vanity has pretty much everything that I could possibly think of by it. I literally have kind of a whole setup over here. And because this is a one-man show, like, there's nothing exciting over here. Like, I'm telling you genuinely that there's nothing exciting over here. Like, you have a view of my blinds, you have a view of my clothes closet. I have a clothing rack back there. I don't even know if you can see the clothing rack. I have a mirror, right? Like, there's nothing cute over here. It's not super aesthetically pleasing. But again, like, everything has to start out a certain way, and when you start out, like, nothing is ever like glamorous and beautiful. Like, literally, if you watch this on my YouTube channel, I have no makeup on. I washed my face today. I put my moisturizer on. But other than that, like, you get the rawest form of my skin today. So if you're even from my TikTok, you'll see that I do have a filter on my TikToks, because my skin isn't perfect. Like, it's not horrible, but it's also not perfect. And I don't really like to wear a whole lot of makeup. So that's kind of where we're at. Also, all my socials will be somewhere a part of the podcast that you can easily find it. So, like, my Instagram, my TikTok, my YouTube, all of that will be around in a general area. I mean, if you also would want like a whole internet is my diary TikTok page, let me know. I'm willing to do that too, because I don't know how much like clipped videos or clipped things I would want of the podcast literally on my personal. But as of right now, until it pops off or like it gets some traction, I'm willing to do that. And these episodes will be like a little bit longer, but because it's the first one, I'm kind of just gathering all my thoughts and all my things in one area. Hopefully the next episodes will be more curated. I mean, that's my hope, is like all of the episodes will be a topic and a genre and like literally it'll be a journal entry when you look at the podcast. So that's my thought process and my idea. We'll have to let me know. But yeah, I'm excited for this new chapter. I'm so looking forward to the podcast. I even have merch drawn up. So if we want merch, let me know. I do have merch. I just haven't done anything with it yet. and I think they're gonna go. So again, my brain just goes in all these thoughts. But yeah, I'll catch you guys in the next journal entry. I hope you guys have a good day, and I'll talk to you later. Bye.